It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag NFL.
They load the right side up again. They single the near side. Todd Rice, touchdown! Kansas City. Rashee Rice, his second touchdown. And back. And is he back, baby?
Matthew Stafford under center. McLaurin is single back. Stands up, throws the fade. Right side, jump ball. Devontae does it again! Over the top of the outmatched defender. Matthews got 5. Devontae has a hat trick.
Taylor sets up as a receiver. Now they do a jet sweep to Taylor. Taylor, zigzag move. Taylor works in for the touchdown. They go into the bag of tricks, and they get the payoff.
Get it for the fourth time. Prescott, a lot of time. Airs it out deep down the field. CeeDee Lamb breaks the tackle. No one home. Touchdown, Dallas.
Jones takes and gives. Christian cuts it up inside. Backpedaling his way. Pushing. They got him in. Braun up front for the Niners tonight. A touchdown, San Francisco.
An attempt of 39 yards for the win. Snap, placement, kick on the way. It is good! Bronco players celebrating like they just won a home playoff game.
The Broncos with an astonishing comeback, 33 points in the fourth quarter to win 33-32. That was the Giants making a mess of a perfectly winnable game.
Rats.
Missing an extra point, a 2-point conversion, another extra point.
Oh,
Broncos get a couple of 2-point conversions.
and away you go.
And there it is. Jackson Dart, even after they blew the lead, he runs for a touchdown, and you think they got it and left too much time on the clock.
Shoot.
I know. There it is. Dart, 15 of 33 for 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. But not enough. Denver 5-2, and they lead the AFC West now. Colts are coming. They got their guy back. Rice rejoins the team. He scores. Mahomes throws 3 touchdown passes. Chiefs blank the Raiders 31-0. So they have a winning record now at 4-3, and they're rolling.
The Colts are coming, and then went right to the Chiefs.
The Chiefs are coming is what I meant. I'm sorry. The Colts are already there. Best record in the AFC.
Yeah.
Beat the Chargers 38-24. Best record in the NFL for that matter.
They've arrived, huh?
6-1. On top.
Of the world.
If they can stay there. Jonathan Taylor ran for 94 yards and 3 scores.
Jersey guy.
South Jersey, North Jersey?
Yeah, both. He gets around.
Come on.
North, where the tougher people are made.
They got a little toughness down there near Philly, but not as much.
No.
Not as much as you folks.
It's a fact.
Yeah. Jaden Daniels hurts his hamstring, and the Commanders get blown out in Dallas, 44-22.
Shocking.
Shocking that it was that easy?
Yeah, they got beat by 22.
Yep.
They were favored.
Cowboys now, 3 wins, 3 losses, and the tie. They're back to 500. Cardinals fooled around, messed around, and then at the end came charging back and won the game with 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. They beat the Cardinals 27-20.
The Packers beat the Cardinals.
The Packers beat the Cardinals 27-23.
You're supposed to get sleep on Sundays now. There's no excuse.
I didn't last night, though.
Why not?
I don't know, but I didn't.
Go to bed earlier, man.
I tried.
You got FOMO.
I tried.
Try again.
I did. It was frustrating. There's no good reason. There it was. The Patriots, 5-2. You more surprised by the Patriots or the Colts?
I'd say Colts.
Yeah. Patriots improved to 5-2 by hammering the Titans 31-13. Monday Night Football, 2 games to choose from tonight. Bucks and Lions, 5 o'clock on ABC. Texans and Seahawks, 8 o'clock on ESPN. Former NFL All-Pro running back Doug Martin died at the age of 36. Cause of death has not been confirmed yet. The muscle hamster was a standout at Boise State before playing for the Bucks and the Raiders. DJ PK.
Hashtag Utah State.
Utah State beats San Jose State 30-25. They remain undefeated at home. Bryson Barnes throwing for 326 yards and a touchdown. Aggies improved to 2-1 in conference. They have New Mexico coming up next week. Broncos going back to Albuquerque. And Bronco Mendenhall will join us at 8:30 this morning. Win those Friday games, now you got an extra day to prepare and get ready and see if they can stay in this race in the Mountain West Conference. Get to the Mountain West Conference title game. DJ and PK.
Hashtag BYU.
This year. Fake it to Martin. Throw it to Roberts. And Chase Roberts is in. Touchdown, BYU. Beautiful. This is Bray running left behind Mokafisi. Bray is free. He got by Wall into the end zone. Touchdown, Daniel Bray. Utah takes the lead. Bachmeier straight ahead. Design run. There's a bear on the loose in Provo. Bachmeier is in. Touchdown.
BYU beats Utah. Bear Bachmeier throwing for 166 yards and a touchdown. He runs for 64 and another TD. LJ Martin, 122 yards rushing. The teams went up and down the field, PK, but weren't a lot of points there for a while, till the fourth quarter. And suddenly it got interesting.
Oh, I think it was interesting the entire time. Right from the start, it was interesting.
The guys not scoring, 4th and 1,
Yeah.
4th and 3.
Analytics, we got to get to all that.
Yep. The turnovers going BYU's way. They got 10 points off 2 turnovers. Utah didn't get any turnovers. No takeaways. BYU keeping the 0 in that column. Cougars rise to 11 in the AP poll. Utah falls out of the top 25, back among others receiving votes. And Crumble Cookie CEO Jason McGowan offered to pay the $100,000 fine for BYU fans.
It was 50.
Storming the field. Yuck, 100 or 50?
The rules of the Big 12 and Texas Tech were talking about last week was $100 grand. So
He said 50. Yeah, if you want to know who's supporting the program, just look at the locker room. Look who they let in.
Yep.
It's all those older guys who want to be buddies with the 18, 19, 20-year-old kids. Kind of creepy, but that's what they want, and they have access because they got the cash.
Writing the checks to pay for the program that enable you to win the big games and be one of the last 6 undefeated teams.
Big money gets you access.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag college football.
Play action to Hill, rolling, firing, near side. Catch made at the 5, at the goal line, and in. Touchdown, Alabama. Rico Scott.
Under center for Pavia. There's the snap. It's a play action. They roll toward the right. They throw back corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. Cole Spence. He hauls it in. What a day for Spence, the senior from Georgia. The Doors build the lead on the opening drive of the third quarter, 23-13.
Levitt pitches to Rayleigh Brown, and Rayleigh Brown trying to get across.
Touchdown.
And he does. Touchdown, Devils. Rayleigh Brown muscles across the goal line with 34 seconds left to go to put Arizona State back on top.
Arizona State, shades of last year, PK. Quarterback misses road game. They lose. Quarterback returns. They're winning one-score games, dramatic finishes. Does it all feel familiar?
Well, there's a pattern there. I mean, they've got a lot of work to do, and I don't know that they're as good as last year, but for a moment there, they continue to surprise. I mean, that was an amazing game, no doubt about it. I mean, Levitt's 11-1 in Big 12 conference games. I mean, they've lost 3, and he missed 2 of them. And the kid's unbelievable. And then that Tyson, man, he's going to be a high pick. They're talking about that he's really banged up and he may not play this week, and they got Houston. So we shall see that. The Big 12 is just absolutely amazing with all these games coming down to the end and surprises here, surprises there. I'm talking to Mark Harlan after the game on Saturday, and he said, "Hey, about the Devils?" I said, "This conference, it is sick." And he says, "Yeah, it'd be fun if I didn't have to work in it. I said, yeah, I hear you, man. He's right. I think he said it well. Just so many games right down to the end. Houston beating Arizona right at the end. It's not like it's one after another because there's a few teams on the bottom. And I do think that with Texas Tech playing 3 of them.
Advantage Texas Tech. Even though they have the loss.
I have the loss. I get it. I would still be stunned if they're not in.
But at 8-1, they should be good to go. And the schedule's pretty favorable.
BYU's their toughest game. At least on paper right now. And if the Cougs go in there and win that one, that would be another shocker. But we see these just incredible games left and right in this conference. It is, in my mind, obviously I'm biased. There's no question about it. That I think it's the most competitive conference, top to bottom, that we have. So many good teams in there.
Only winning team that BYU or that Texas Tech has other than BYU left on their schedule is 4-3 UCF, who's 1-3 in conference. So by the time they get there, UCF. Now maybe by the time they got to go to K-State. By the time they go to K-State, maybe K-State will have a winning record. They're 3-4, but it's pretty soft.
It is. Yeah, I still think, despite the loss, Tech will be in, and they'll get their quarterback back. And I know Hammond lit up the Utes, but maybe the Devils had more film on him than Utah had. Obviously, the defense played well. It was just freaking after the game. You can go see it. Dillingham's doing the worm in the locker room.
Get down, Kenny.
Kids love that stuff, man. They just eat it up. On the one hand, they're grown men. There's like linemen are 6'5", 300 pounds. On the other hand, they're teenagers and they think it's funny.
It was fun.
It's energizing. And
your coach doing the worm?
It's hilarious. It actually is. So BYU and Cincinnati, the only 2 unbeaten teams in conference play at 4-0, and ASU, Texas Tech, and Houston are 3-1. Probably the 2 finalists are in that group. There's a bunch of teams at 2-2 that maybe could win a tiebreaker if they can win out, but it's probably those 5 teams down the stretch here.
Well, I would say right now, very loosely, Tech and BYU. But BYU still has a buster of a schedule ahead. I mean, you got to just shake this thing off, for better or worse.
Yeah.
And then you got Iowa State this week on the road. You're a dog again. It's one after another for these guys.
Yeah. And how about Kalani in the postgame going right to it? Hey, we won this game last year and then lost the next week. I mean, that didn't take long
to lost the next 2 weeks.
They did, right? It did not take long to come out of his mouth. He went right to it.
You got to find a way to muster it back up. And same thing for the Utes. I mean, they could still have a very good season. They're a good team.
A lot of top teams got beat, including number 2 Miami. They lost to Louisville 24-21. How about Alabama? 6 straight after that loss to Florida State.
Man, they're on top of the world and can't get any higher.
They're rolling. Couple coaches fired. Billy Napier out at Florida. 3-4 start to his 4th season overall, so he's gone. Jay Norville, Colorado State, 2-5 start in his 4th year in Fort Collins, and they let him go. DJ and PK.
#NBA.
Houston Rockets give Kevin Durant a 2-year, $90 million contract extension. That's a player option on the 2nd year. He's sacrificing $30 million in the deal. He could have earned up to $120 million.
That's just what he needs is money, man.
Exactly.
A little short on it these days.
Golden State Warriors waive guard Seth Curry, but are expecting to re-sign him sometime after early November when they open up flexibility, as they are hard capped at the second apron currently.
Yeah, you need flexibility in a structured system.
Nice. One of the all-time quotes. DJ and PK.
Major League Baseball.
Toronto Blue Jays force a Game 7 ALCS tonight, along with 2 football games. You have a baseball game, 6 o'clock on Fox. Vladimir Guerrero hit his 6th home run of the postseason. The Mariners had their chances, loaded the bases in the 3rd, hit into a double play, loaded the bases in the 4th, hit into a double play. Pitching, defense, timely hitting. Everything's on display right there. You get the ground ball, the defense comes through, the hitting, not so timely. So we have our winner.
Yeah, man, this is going to be winner take all. They're going. Either you're going on or you're going home. This series has been awesome. A lot of twists and turns and all that stuff, and I still would pick the Dodgers to win when we get there, but nevertheless, everything's at stake for these two teams. Toronto, obviously, back in the 90s, won a couple. Seattle's never been there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun, a lot of tension tonight.
Shohei hit 3 homers and struck out 10 over 6 innings as the Dodgers clinched the NL pennant on Friday.
This guy's must-see TV, man. I mean, he's right there with Tiger, with MJ. There's very few that can
dominate and have charisma on top of it.
Be that you just must see. And he's right there in all of sports, and obviously in his sport. I mean, that one home run he hit, I can't remember if it was his second or third one, over the pavilion in right field. I mean, my goodness. And you know when you can tell that it's really beyond the ordinary is the players' reactions. Because they see this all the time, right? And if they are stunned, you've done something. And that's what he's doing to them, both sides. I mean, the Dodgers have seen every single home run he's hit this year and every single home run he's hit the 2 years.
If it blows them away.
Yes. And that's what we have with this man. This is just, it is just incredible. I saw a line. LA has a lot of Hispanic fans, obviously, that traditionally like baseball. And I saw somebody said, there's going to be some kid walking around in school 20 years from now named Shohei Rodriguez.
That's probably true, actually. And they don't really need him. That's the best part. They'd only lost one playoff game. He hadn't been swinging the bat well. He breaks out of it.
Well, that's the best part.
I know.
That's like the Warriors winning and Steph Curry is 2 of 18. That's exactly what you want because you know he's not going to be 2 of 18 very long.
Shohei ain't striking out forever.
Right. Yep. So if you're winning and he's sucking with the bat, and 4 of those strikeouts came when he was pitching, which has got to be a mental toll, and then you know at some point he's going to unload, and here we go.
Tennessee Volunteers coach Tony Vitello is the favorite to become the manager of the San Francisco Giants. He'd be the first manager to jump directly from college ball to the major leagues with no pro experience.
He's a charismatic guy, single guy, no kids, so he can call his own shots on what he wants to do. Same management firm represents him as does the guy making the decision for the Giants, Buster Posey.
You trust Buster Posey, even if it's unorthodox? Buster's a winner, and winners recognize winners?
Yeah, and there's some talk that Vitello is using this to up the ante for Tennessee because they're throwing around money like crazy for other sports. So we shall see, yeah.
Oh, interesting. The agent goes and says, hey, you don't have to hire him. Just talk him up.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they were talking about this morning on the Baseball Network when I was driving in.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag RSL.
Gozo up the line for Ojeda. Good touch. Lays it into space for Gozo. Ahead to Olatunji. One touch. Sharp angle. Shot. Head a goal. Victor Olatunji. And RSL has the lead in the 17th minute. Gozo sends it to Glad. They attack forward. It's Olatunji. Olatunji on the counter into the area. Shot. And a goal. Olatunji again. He's got the brace, and RSL up 2-0 in the 32nd minute. But they give up 2 goals, and they're hanging on at the end. They made the playoffs. Barely, but they're in. They get the 1 point in St. Louis they needed, and St. Louis did hit the frame 3 times. And then LAFC.
What the hell's the frame? Speak language that people can understand.
Hit the crossbar once, and hit the, would it be as you face the goal, the right post twice.
Then say that.
Takes a long time. So
I know, but that's what you're going to help people understand. You're there to help people understand the game, not to show the soccer people, hey, I know your sport.
Well,
those are your constituents, are your listeners, not the people who work over here.
I think people know what the frame is, PK.
I didn't.
Okay, well, that's an expression
How about
that's
woodwork?
been used a gazillion times.
I know.
I don't like red woodwork because a lot of times it's metal.
Aren't you trying to get the casuals? You always said that about college sports and all. You're trying to get the casual. We're trying to get the casual. You're trying to bring them in. I'm trying to help you advance your career. as you continue to just mismatch all over the place. Come on.
They also catch a break as the LAFC scores in the 90th minute. Colorado was winning, and the Colorado win would have put them in, but LAFC scores late.
Were they on frame?
Advances.
I think it's like a picture, and you don't want it crooked. That's what you framed it. I think you frame something when you say frame.
It frames the goal, and if you hit the frame, it doesn't go in the goal. Well, sometimes you can get a bounce, but they didn't. They did not. It was that kind of year for St. Louis. So now RSL's going to Portland Wednesday night to play a team that is ice cold. Their last 10 games have been a mess.
Yeah, Milwaukee beat the Dodgers all 6 games during the regular season. Yep. Are you going?
I am.
Sweet.
Nate was making stuff happen yesterday.
All right. Yep. Nobody called me about anything happening.
Well, this isn't the happening that traditionally involves you. I'm sure they could make way for you. Trey and Nate will go back to work.
Good for you. You get to be with your team.
Wednesday night in Portland. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NHL.
Schmaltz right down the middle. Walks in, pass across, they score! And it's the captain, Clayton Keller. Tied at 2. Schmaltz to Keller. Paterka, what a great play to steal it back. One-timer, Gunther, he scores! These kids can play. Gunther lifts the roof on Delta Center and gives the Mammoth a 3-2 lead.
And the Mammoth beat the Boston Bruins 3-2. Bruins go 0-for on the road trip. Mammoth get the 2 points. Tied at 1 after power plays in the first period. How about how many times do you think Logan Cooley will score with his back? Puck hit him between the 9 and the 2, popped in the air over the goaltender, and dropped in for the game's first goal. Pretty odd looking.
You're amazing, man. You know everything. I wouldn't have had a clue on that.
Gunther with the game winner in the third period. It was 2-2 going to the third. Again, tied game. And again, they get it done at the end. They wrap up the homestand tomorrow against the Colorado Avalanche. What is trending? It's brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Bronco Mendenhall will be here at 8:30 this morning. We'll talk Aggie football with him. Shehan Jayaraja will join us at 9:05 to talk Big 12 football. BYU remaining undefeated. Texas Tech falling from the ranks of the undefeated. We'll talk with Shehan about that at 9 o'clock. DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. And coming up next, it's the question of the day. Hot takes or toast? Stay with us.
It's game week for the Utes, and the KSL Sports Zone is getting you ready for kickoff. The rivalry game may be over, but Big 12 play continues on for Kyle Whittingham and the Utes as they welcome in Coach Prime and Colorado to Rice-Eccles Stadium. Listen all week long for the best coverage of Utah football and your chance to win tickets to the game. Then catch college football Saturday, game day at 10 a.m. with the postgame show immediately following the game on KSLSports.com.
Let's go then. Let's go, baby.
Your home for the best coverage of Utah football is live on air, online, and on the KSL Sports app. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Don't miss your chance to win big every week on the KSL Sports Zone. This week, win tickets to see the Sandman, Adam Sandler, in the You're My Best Friend Tour. Sunday, October 26th at the Delta Center. Get tickets at SeatGeek or listen to the KSL Sports Zone all day Wednesday for your chance to win.
I tend to believe that's this Sunday.
There it is. Good math. Question of the morning. What'd you think of that BYU win over Utah? Rob, storming the field is weird unless it's an upset.
It was an upset.
Oh, wait.
They weren't favored.
He was setting himself up there.
So who decides whether it's an upset or not? I guess the odds people do. I don't really consider it an upset. I think it's the rivalry that did it.
Justin, intense. Felt like it could have gone either way. Glad the Cougars pulled it out.
If you're a BYU fan, sure you are.
Gutsy play by Bear on that last TD.
Yeah, 22 yards, man. Just rocking and rolling, smacking, rocking, banging, hitting. It's incredible. Yeah. If you go listen to Kalani after the game, for those of you who thought anybody else had a chance to start, he basically tells you, we knew we had to get him ready from day one. It was never going to be anybody else. I don't know if anybody had known that. Somebody might have said that on the air, maybe. I don't know. But that's what it was. It was always going to be him. It wasn't going to be anybody else. And they were getting him ready even before day one. They were getting him ready since the Retzlaff thing went down. Virtually as soon as that thing went down, they were preparing him to be the starter.
And now he is, and they are 7-0. Could it be going much better?
Record-wise, no. If you have 7 games and you won all 7, yes. It can't get any better. But at the same time, you can always be a better player. So, yes, it can be. But if you're just judging exclusively by the record, which is what you should judge by, ultimately, that's what they're judged by. That's why the guys are getting fired yesterday and maybe more before the season's over. It's based on the record. So, 7-0, yeah, it's remarkable.
Mark says, well, the refs sucked for both sides. Utah should have tried field goals, and I said it before the 4th down attempts. The refs sucked for both sides.
Yeah, that's refereeing. then what difference does it make?
You know, with these so many guys coaching together, it's like watching that. It's like, aren't these guys just coached to be physical? There's like a lot of pulling and grabbing. Nobody wants a penalty every play. They're showing replays on stuff that isn't called and looks like it could be called, but you really want a penalty on 80% of the pass plays?
You choose to discuss refs, not me.
They got to let some stuff go, and they do.
I'm not worried about the
What about the field goals, man? I got like 40 comments here on field goals. They're all saying the same stuff. Kick the field goals.
Kyle went with the analytics, and analytics, by definition, has to be successful, or else it wouldn't be an analytic. You wouldn't use it if it was a failure. So whatever the percentages are, I don't know what they are on a 4th and 2 inside the 20 or whatever, and I don't want to get into that weeds on that stuff. That's for them to do it. I'm not going to do it. But clearly, they are successful more often than not, and probably significantly more often than not. And so my opinion, for what it's worth, is that the first drive, you get the ball, and you're inside the 5, and then you go all the way down the field and get inside the 20, and it was 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, whatever it was. And I think that under that circumstance, bag the analytics. Get points on your first drive, because I think it's a momentum builder, particularly when your offense has looked good your prior 2 games. You can say the competition, but West Virginia, you got me on the competition, but they made the Sun Devils look silly, and the Sun Devils came right back and had a phenomenal game the very next week. That's what's so crazy about this conference. One team's jumping over the moon one week, 7 days later, you got to pick them up off the floor, and then vice versa. It's crazy. It's fun. So I think that on that first drive, take the points. You had points available. Don't know that he would have made the field goal, but just for argument's sake, go for it there. Put points on the board, because essentially all you did was eat up clock and literally came away with 0. And so I would have taken the points, and it's easy for me to say, because if they get the first down and go into a touchdown, then no one's talking about it. But still, philosophically, it's not about the Utes. I'm not talking about the Utes. I'm talking about anybody. First drive, come away with points. You've got to feel good about yourselves.
I was watching John Madden, a game John Madden was calling once, and he went into that exact point and said he, through his coaching career, learned to take the points and get the 0 off the board. He thought as soon as you get the 0 off the board, the offense relaxes and plays better. And what the analytics don't account for is what Majerus always called time and score, and Pablo comes on and calls it game state. But how much does it matter to kick a field goal and take the lead, or kick a field goal and tie the game? How much better do you play when you get that? The analytics will tell you the odds of doing it. Now, what the analytics can't account for is blown assignments. I think there was a blown assignment on that 4th and 1.
Which one?
The first one, on the opening drive.
I thought it was a crap play call.
4th and 1. Well,
go wide and just run
the guy
east-west, not north-south.
The guy who made the tackle ran right by a guy who should have blocked him. I mean, block him, and it's a first down or a touchdown.
Don't put him in that situation. Dampier, give him the ball. He's there
and that's
for one reason.
Yeah.
To run the ball. He's not there to throw. Do not throw deep with him.
He can't.
I know the cliche is you're supposed to loosen up the defense.
Right.
No.
But he can't. He just literally can't throw it that far. If he could, he would, and he can't.
I mean, he throws floaters, but I got enormous respect for the young man.
He's
He's
a
leader.
Lot of hits.
They've lost 2 games. He comes out and speaks. He doesn't give attitude. He's positive.
Yep.
And he's being beat to shreds. He's a smaller guy. He's out there. He's a gamer, and he's a tough kid. He's a leader. I got enormous respect for him. Until Bray can establish himself right now, and more so as the season progresses and into his career, he's just getting started, Dampier is your most dependable runner. Keep the ball in his hands and let him try. And then later on in the game, I'm more amenable to the analytics. But I just thought on the first drive, get points, get the lead. It verifies what you did last week. It verifies what you did before the bye in West Virginia, and sort of just puts that Texas Tech thing really, really in the distant memory. But they come away with 0, and it was deflating for the Ute perspective to have a really good drive and don't get anything out of it. You got field position. You showed you could move the ball, but you got to get points. The other ones, I'm okay with. That first one, I just would have liked them see just to get points on the board, be up 3-0, put a little more pressure on BYU. But it didn't happen.
Nope.
And I didn't like the play call. Running wide, no. I mean, I don't know those guys. I even forget who ran the ball. But I don't think they're speed guys. The running backs, by and large, have been disappointing.
It was a fly sweep.
I know it was.
But I don't think it was. Yeah, I don't think it was.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I understand that.
Oh.
I'm saying the running backs have been disappointing, so you're trying other stuff.
Okay.
Keep the ball in Dampier's hands. I would like to see win or lose with Dampier doing what he does best.
Yeah. It was Bray who was carrying the ball on that.
Well, he's a running back. But it was just too wide. You're extending it. Oh, he ran 30 yards and didn't gain 1. What's the point of that?
And it was the guy who was following him in motion who made the tackle. And the wide receiver literally just takes a step and gets in his way. I think he was staring at the safety and didn't see him. And you got to hit the first jersey of the opposite color. That's the rule when you're blocking on those plays. And he let a guy run right by him. The guy made the tackle. And that's why coaches always talk about execution, over and over. It was there, and they didn't get it done. The 4th and 3 surprised me at that point. It just didn't seem... I never thought they were going to make that. The 4th and 1 intrigued me, but every time I hear that John Madden quote about get the 0 off the board, put the numbers up there, and everybody will relax and play better.
I don't think he has a lot of confidence in his kicker, though. He's a freshman.
Yeah.
I mean, he clearly changed his mind on the field.
On the other one, yeah. Right.
And who was a BYU took the timeout, and so they did that. They changed their mind, too, and blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure that there's a lot of faith there. That sends a message beyond more powerful than any words.
DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. More your reaction to the rivalry game next. Not everybody was talking about the field goals. We'll get to that. Stay with us.
It's game week for the Aggies, and the KSL Sports Zone is getting you ready for kickoff. Bronco Mendenhall makes his return to Albuquerque as the Aggies hit the road for a battle against the New Mexico Lobos. Listen all week long for the best coverage of Aggie football. Then catch all the play-by-play action beginning with the Aggie pregame show this Saturday at noon on 1280 a.m. Your exclusive home for Aggie football is live on air, online, and on the KSL Sports app. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Artist of the day today, Tom Petty. He would have been 75. It's brought to you by Live Nation. For all the live concerts and events in 2025, check out livenation.com. Question of the morning. What'd you think of that BYU-Utah game? Frank, Now maybe you guys will stop all the hype that Utah's the best team in Utah and give the Cougars their due. BYU's been that team for at least 3 years. Pat, your man crush should right off into the sunset.
Well, if they've been that at least 3 years. That mean that one year they went 5-7. They were the best team.
Yeah, he got called out by Ute fans for that. Ute fans are like, not the way they finished that first year of the Big 12, dude. It was 5-7 with a 5-game losing streak to end the year, with a quarterback injury in the middle of it, but nonetheless.
We can get to this in the coming days. I'm not willing to say that the tide has turned.
There are multiple reasons to be careful about walking out too far on that limb.
I mean, they've played 2 games in the Big 12, and they've been decided by a total of 4 points.
Yeah. Lead changes, fourth quarter.
Somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. Let's not go crazy on that. I say you got to wait. Get me to 2030.
And by then, everything we know might get turned upside down again.
Right,
but then you can analyze the decade and say, okay, yeah.
And since they were in the same conference, but 2 years with a 1-pointer and a 3-pointer, I'm not willing to say the tide has turned. But as I say, there's
and as far as your man, Pat, your man crush, someone's upset
is he talking to me personally?
Well, I assume so. It says, Pat, your man crush should ride off into the sunset. I assume that he thinks that you like Kyle too much. Except if you listen to the post game, which has been widely available, including in the last hour on this show, who's in the back asking Kalani about being 18-2? PK.
I did. Yak and I were at Utah's, and then we walked over. Across the field. I had to hustle, man. He's a fast walker.
Well, you were also talking to a high-powered AD.
That's true. I stopped and talked to Mark. And I looked around. I thought you were there, and then you were ahead, and I had to run and catch up to him. I was out of breath, man, running across those 45 yards.
He legitimately says, hey, hold up, I'm old.
I'm carrying 2 things. So, yeah, and we got over it. And, 18-2, my gosh.
How do you expect a better run than that, right? Who's sitting around with the playoffs now? There used to be longer win streaks, but lots of teams could win bowl games, and so you could take a 6, 8, 10-game streak into the next season, and now it's just the national champ. Everybody else is getting beat.
I don't have a lot of teams, but any team that I have, at all times, if you told me they go 18-2 over 20, I would sign up immediately for it. I don't care how bitter the other 2 losses were.
They have the 3rd longest streak right now.
The reason why it's bitter is because you went 18-2.
Oh, those 2.
Yeah, right.
No. And it's basically what Kalani said. The 2 stay with me more than the 18, which he's only like the millionth coach to say that.
And I told him, he asked me, what about the other 2? I said, I only remember 1.
See, it's
a joke.
I know, but one day he's going to be calling you Sparky in a press conference.
Oh, he laughed. He knew it. I mean, come on. You got to have fun with this, especially when you're winning. I would never do it in a losing situation.
That is very different.
You don't do that then. And so from that perspective, they're flying high. There's no doubt about it. Right now, they're great. And it's like we go through this every fall, and I want the teams to win. I want BYU to win just as much as I want Utah to win. And I don't deny I got a friendship with the guy. I'm not denying it. I covered Kalani as a player too. His wife thinks I'm funny.
Well, that seals the deal right there.
I used to talk to her when you would come out on the south end zone.
But we're old enough. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Morgan didn't think, I played a long time ago. You don't remember. And then I told him how to play in a high school game where something weird happened. I know.
I want them all to win. I got a crush on all of them.
Jay Hill, we saw him play at the U. A-Rod.
I gave bones to Jay Hill after the game. So, I'll be the first to admit it. Yeah. And they were fired up when they got out of that coach's box upstairs and went in the elevator, as they should be, man. Yeah. So
7-0. I saw the graphic. It's a short list of teams that have lasted undefeated. I think there's no question
they're 2 years in a row.
That parity has come and spread out teams and spread out players to teams. And
there is a Yahoo Sports, I think the guy's name is Wolken. You can go look it up. He happened to be in Tempe Saturday, and he did a big story on the parity in the game, on how basically everybody but Alabama and Ohio State, and he was making a point, not literal, but he was making a point that it's out there for the taking. And if you pony up, can you take it? Dillingham talked about it in the post game. They were asking him, "Can what is sustainable?" And he says it's hard to know because the NIL and the money that you can give, the university can give, it's ever changing, and he was metaphorically talking about it's $100 today. But tomorrow it's $200, and then the next day it's $400.
It's hard to know who's going to dominate going forward, whether we're talking one rivalry like Utah, BYU, a league, or the country, if the rules are going to change every year or every couple of years. And that's where we are right now.
Right.
But Indiana, Texas A&M, Georgia Tech, if you said there were 6 teams left undefeated in the country, and give me a Big Ten, SEC, and ACC team, you wouldn't go to Indiana, Texas A&M, and Georgia Tech?
No, I would go to A&M. They've traditionally had money. They've been paying guys for a long time.
I know, but they don't usually get to 7-0.
But
here they are.
It's about money now. It's not about 7-0 exclusively. It's about money, and they've got the money.
They do.
So let's see. But the thing that I love is that you got a good program when you lose a game. It's a catastrophic event.
Yeah.
And that's where we are with the Utes. When they lose a game, and Yak was reading me tweets during the game because he's sitting right to my right, and he's got up the screen where you got all those, what do you got? You're like 50, 100 texts that you can see the social media.
It's called TweetDeck, yeah.
Yeah, right. I don't get into that, but I know the other guys do because I see their screens. I have attention deficit or something. I need to focus on one or two things or else I'm out to lunch.
ADHD.
And he's reading these tweets from Ute fans, and it's like, well, just eliminate the program.
They were in the pit of despair.
I mean, they lost the game. They lost the game by 3 points.
Kyle needs to retire.
And it's the end of the world. Yeah.
Yes.
That's when you know you got a good program.
Go to 4 conference title games in 5 years. You want to go to another one?
Sure, I get it.
Yeah.
And they needed 4 things to happen on the last day of the season a couple years back, and it happened. So let's not just exactly bury them right now.
That's all detail. That's all the whole people remember is smoking USC in a conference title game. Other details, punters dropping the ball.
This
whatever.
conference is sick, and so let's see what happens. There's still games to be played.
DJ and PK coming up at 8:30. Bronco Mendenhall, Aggie football coach, joins us. Stay with us.